Numbers chapter 31. The Lord spoke to Moses and said, "Fully avenge the people of Israel for what they have suffered from the Midianites. After that you will be gathered to your people." Moses said to the people, "Let some of you pick up arms and set out to war and attack the Midianites, for you have to carry out the Lord's vengeance. Put 1,000 men in the field from each of the tribes of Israel." In this way, the Israelites provided 12,000 men equipped for war from their battalions, 1,000 from each tribe. Moses put them in the field, 1,000 from each tribe, with Phinehas, son of Eleazar the priest, to go with them, carrying the sacred vessels and the trumpets for sounding the alarm. They waged war on the Midianites, as the Lord had commanded Moses, and they put every male to death. And further, they killed the kings of Midian, Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, the 5 Midianite kings. They also put Balaam, son of Beor, to the sword. The people of Israel took the Midianite women captive with their young children, and all their cattle, and all their flocks, and all their goods as booty. They set fire to the towns where they lived, and all their camps. Then, taking all the booty, all that they had captured, man and beast, they brought the captives, spoils, and booty to Moses, Eleazar the priest, and all the community of the people of Israel, at the camp in the plains of Moab, near the Jordan River opposite Jericho. Moses, Eleazar the priest, and all the leaders of the community went out of the camp to meet them. Moses was angry with the commanders of the army, the captains of thousands and the captains of hundreds, who had come back from this battle. He said, "Have you indeed spared the lives of all the women? These were the very ones who, on Balaam's advice, tempted the people of Israel and made them unfaithful to the Lord at Peor. Hence, the plague which struck the community of the Lord. So kill all the male children. Kill also all the women who have slept with a man. Spare the lives only of the young girls who have not slept with a man, and take them for yourselves. As for you, you must camp for 7 days outside the camp, all of you who have killed a man or touched those killed in war. Purify yourselves, you and your prisoners, on the 3rd and 7th days. Purify also all clothing, everything made of leather, everything woven of goat's hair, and everything made of wood." Eleazar the priest said to the soldiers who had come back from the battle, "This is the statute of the law given by the Lord to Moses. Gold, silver, bronze, iron, tin, and lead, everything that does not melt in the fire must be passed through the fire to become clean, and also be purified by the water of purification. But whatever would be melted by fire, you must pass through water. On the 7th day you shall wash your clothes and then be clean. You may then come back to the camp." The Lord spoke to Moses and said, "With Eleazar the priest and the heads of the ancestral houses of the community, count the spoils of battle and the captives, both man and beast. Then share out the spoils, half and half, between the soldiers who were engaged in the war and the rest of the community. As the Lord's share, you will set aside from the share of the soldiers who were engaged in the war, 1 out of every 500 persons, oxen, donkeys, and sheep. These are to be taken from the half share which is their due, and given to Eleazar the priest as an offering to the Lord. From the half which is due to the community of Israel, you will take 1 out of every 50 persons, oxen, donkeys, sheep, and all other animals, and give them to the Levites who have charge of the tabernacle of the Lord." Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord had commanded Moses. The spoils of battle The remainder of the booty captured by the soldiers came to 675,000 sheep and goats, 72,000 cattle, 61,000 donkeys, and in persons women who had never slept with a man, 32,000 in all. The half assigned to those who had taken part in the war amounted to 337,500 sheep and goats, of which the Lord's share was 675, 36,000 cattle, of which the Lord's share was 72, 30,500 donkeys, of which the Lord's share was 61, and 16,000 persons, of which the Lord's share was 32. Moses gave Eleazar the priest the share set aside for the Lord, in accordance with the Lord's instructions to Moses. As for the half due to the people of Israel, which Moses had separated from that of the soldiers, the half belonging to the community was 337,500 sheep and goats, 36,000 cattle, 30,500 donkeys, and 16,000 persons. From this half, the share of the people of Israel, Moses took 1 out of every 50, both man and beast, and gave them to the Levites who had charge of the tabernacle of the Lord, according to what the Lord had commanded Moses. Then the commanders of the army, the captains of thousands, and the captains of hundreds came to Moses and said, "Your servants have numbered the soldiers under our command. Not one is missing. And further, we bring as an offering for the Lord the gold ornaments we have found, armlets and bracelets, signet rings, earrings and pendants, to make atonement for ourselves before the Lord." Moses and Eleazar the priest accepted this gold from them, all this jewelry. This offering of gold given by them to the Lord weighed over 16,716 shekels, all given by the captains of thousands and the captains of hundreds. Each of the soldiers took his own booty, but Moses and Eleazar the priest received the gold from the captains of thousands and of hundreds and brought it to the tent of meeting as a reminder for the Israelites before the Lord.